BTW, FYI. Visit Nexplanon.com RN to learn about Nexplanon. It's an gestural implant, 68 milligrams radiopaque. Or ask your HCP IRL. Okay, TTYL.
All right. Welcome back.
Misfit Nation. The Misfit Nation Show.
We are a show founded by a veteran and hosted by two veterans and a military spouse. Our mission is to get people to tell their stories to the world. If you're an author, share your tips with the Misfit Nation. If you're a musician or an actor, our audience needs to know how they too can get into the business. Coaches, we love our coaches. Come on and share your tips with the Misfit Nation to help them become better versions of themselves. If you are a corporate leader or an entrepreneur, come on and show how you did it and how hard you have fought for success. If you are a veteran, first responder, or Gold Star family, we would love to have you come on and share your story with the Misfit Nation. We always have time for you. If you're feeling down, alone, or starting to see the darkness, Stop. Think about those who are around you. You are not alone. You will be missed. If you feel like your problems will be a burden to those in your inner circle or feel embarrassed, dial 988. If you are a veteran, take option 1. We need you to keep pushing forward. Don't make a permanent solution to a temporary problem. If you are a new listener, welcome to the Misfit Nation Show. Be sure to subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast app. Also on our YouTube channel at @the_Misfit Nation. Subscribe and click the bell to keep you up to date on our latest episodes and all of our news. You can also find us on Heroes Media Group and About Face Radio. Now, let's get to the show!
All right, it's time. But first, we pay homage to Police Officer Eric Estrada and Sergeant Lee Sorensen of the Tremonton Garland Police Department, Utah. End of watch, Sunday, August 17th, 2025. Keep them, their families, their friends, their peers in your thoughts and prayers as they go through this tough time, sudden change. Yes, we know that they sign a dotted line to go out there and put their lives on the line. That doesn't mean they have to. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, misfits around the world, it's that time again. Misfits, listen up. Tonight ain't just another Tuesday. This is the one you've longed for. This is the one you've dreamed of. The one you speak about of in places that you were scared to share about. We don't just talk about grit here. We live it. We don't just tell stories. We drop bombs like the ones on Iran that light a fire in your soul. You've been through the storms. You've fought your battles. And you're still standing tonight. We turn that strength into power. So get on your feet. Get loud, pull up your funderwear, and show the world that nothing can stop a misfit with a mission. It's time for the Kings of Chaos, the voices of resilience, the unstoppable force, the ToosDay Crue.
This is for all Americans. There is a gaping hole in the sky where the towers once stood so proud and so high. There is a sadness across the land that people will never understand. The heart of our country laid down to rest. The human spirit is put to the test. United we stand. We try not to fall. All for one and one for all. We walk towards the future, hand in hand. I love you and you love me. Our faith will always keep us free. The Lord has opened up our eyes to see, and we'll fight till the end in the name of God and liberty. United we stand, we try not to fall, all for one and one for all. We walk towards the future, hand in hand. We hold our heads up high, we are proud of our land. We are Americans, we hold on to our Bible and God. Our faith is strong and our love is true. We will always bleed the red, white, and blue. Yeah.
How come they can't bring us in every show like this?
No kidding. That
Rich,
was
Rich, Rich yelling and screaming with a nice song like that to start the show.
That was beautiful. That
It
was yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
All we gotta do is have an ad, what's a ToosDay Crue?
I don't know how we're gonna. I don't know. Well, the only way that we're gonna be able to follow it up is ToosDay Crue. The person that wrote and sings that song is going to be in here in just a few minutes. So get ready for that.
So how are you tonight, sir? Did the storms pass you? Did they hit you? Nothing happened? What happened?
We got a little bit of rain, a lot of lightning, a little bit of wind, but nothing like what's hitting Rich right now. It all just kind of went around us.
Oh. We are not getting anything, so I'm happy right now.
Yeah. So how's your week been?
I'm sorry?
How's your week been since I saw you last?
Oh, it's good. Back to work, little things going on here and there, but, might be changing things soon, and everything's working for the best right now.
Good deal. Good deal. What'd you have good for lunch?
Today, I just had some salad.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I went and I got nice roast beef, and I made cheesesteaks with it for dinner.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Stephen, we got a good one tonight, brother. We got a good one. I've been scouring YouTube, listening to some of her music. Tonight, ToosDay Crue, you are going to have the joy and privilege of meeting Lisa Marie Nicole. She is a Christian recording artist and songwriter. She is an author. She is a podcast host. She's got her podcast. It's called Rockin' for God. And she is the 2025 Gospel Spin Awards nominee. And she's got a song that's on the charts right now. We're going to talk about that here once we get her on here. And hey, let's bring her in. Lisa Marie Nicole.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I appreciate that.
You are most welcome.
I really like the beginning of your show. I like the voice that came out of nowhere at the beginning.
Oh,
so how's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing great. We are doing great. We didn't do much of an introduction on you, but I would like you, if you want to, just start from whenever you want to start, and bring us up to how we ended up at this point in our lives right now.
Well, I don't think we have 3 hours to get into how I got into where I am, but like you said, I'm a Christian recording artist. I've been a writer since I was about 7 years old, and I started writing poetry many years ago. and when I was in Jersey, and I just really enjoyed writing. I really saw myself down the line as a writer. Didn't see all of this coming at me, but I really saw myself down the line. I really wanted to be an author, and I really enjoy writing. I have a very creative mind, and I wanted to, just come up with all kinds of stories, fiction, nonfiction, everything. And I just took it from there and moved out to Florida 16 years ago, and just started attending a church by my house. I joined the Christian band, the Catholic band that was there in the church, and I started singing contemporary music. And I never wrote songs before. I've written poetry and I've written stories, but I've never written songs. So that's when everything started coming to me, and I started getting all of this inspiration to write music. And I started writing music, put my first album out in 2017.
Okay.
And
now do the two go together, poetry and music?
Well, basically, yeah. What I did was I took most of my poems and just made them into songs. I had no training. I have never done any of this before. This is all through the grace of God that I have been able to do this, because I've never wrote songs before. I never knew how to put a song together. And I sang in the choir in church, but I've never did professional singing, and I've never played an instrument either. I'm self-taught at everything.
Nice. Nice. That makes it,
Yeah, it's a
to me,
blessing.
that makes it more special. If there was two people.
I could pick up drumsticks and not make a beat. So I'm proud that you could do this.
Well, if you're like me, Stephen, you could fall out of a boat and not hit water. So, but like everybody, with God, anything's possible.
Yeah, I even wrote a song about it. I've written a song. All my songs are based on scripture and life experiences. I am a big supporter of the military. I always have been. My father was in Korea. He didn't serve, but he was there during the war. He was, I forgot what year it was. He wasn't served, but he got out of there. But I have so many family members. I have so many friends, and I worked for an airline, and I worked a lot of flights where the soldiers came back on the flights. And
Okay.
I've seen the military funerals that they've done, and it just got to me so much. And I have always been a big supporter. That's where this song, United We Stand, came from, the one that you played.
Coming from a soldier, we appreciate that.
Thank you for your service.
Hey, you are most welcome. You are most welcome. I was happy to do it. So,
Hey, Jake, is it safe to say you're the bomb, Jake?
No. No, it is not.
Hurt Locker. Yeah, there we go.
No, do not call me Hurt Locker.
Oh my goodness, I made him buffer for a second.
There's
Sorry,
my
Jake.
boy.
Yeah. Hey, Rich.
He's back. He's bad.
Mr. The Nation is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Rich
All right,
shows
I'm
up.
not numbered now.
Supposed to be a full house tonight, and here we are.
Yeah.
In charge. I'm just here for the ride.
Hey, Rich, hit your mic volume up just a little bit, brother.
Got it.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Good. Check.
Yeah.
You're good now. Now move around so we can watch the camera move. It's not moving. Uh-oh. He's Magic Man. He got old toys.
So, Lisa, I was talking about, or do you go by Lisa Marie?
Lisa, just Lisa. It's easier.
Okay. All right, Lisa. Was scrolling through YouTube and listening and watching some of your videos and stuff. And like I told you in the green room, I got two favorites. Step into the Light and Resurrection in the Life. And you informed me, and I think this is really cool. Resurrection in the Life is the #1 Christian rock song in Florida and #5 globally for Christian rock. That's amazing. You know, and that shows that your songs are out there reaching people. And like we say here at the Misfit Nation, if we can reach one person per episode, we have done our job. And I just wanted to let you know from me that I love that song. I don't know what it is about it, but I used to not like contemporary Christian music. I was raised a Catholic. All the music was supposed to be sad, and
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
We feel you.
Jake, the three of us wouldn't know that, Jake.
Oh yeah,
Listen.
I know you know that. You know, we got 4 of us sitting here in the room, so yeah, I know everybody knows what I'm talking about here. But
Yeah, but we all went to the same school, the same rule of getting swung at you.
oh yeah,
Well, you were above us.
Yeah, but still.
I know. Well, Rich, you remember the choir we used to sing in, right? Remember I used to sing in the choir, Miss Cavelli?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing good, Mr. Miko.
Oh, my mother's on there. But yeah, it was very hard at the beginning. I'm a cantor in the choir right now. I sing in my church. And it's very hard to sing liturgical music and then go into rock. You know, I mean, I grew up, you know, I'm their age. I grew up I love the 80s. I love 80s rock. And when I started to get into Christian music, I was like, you know what? Why can't I just stay within that genre of rock? Because there isn't too many Christian female rock artists out there anymore.
no, there's not.
I figured, you know what? I have the voice for that type of music. So I said, let me see how it goes. And I mean, I have ballads too. I have ballads. I have some country I sang with my accent. I mean, I have some country songs I did that actually did really well. Pop, you know, I mixed it all up. The only thing I haven't done is rap, and I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon.
I'm sure Rich will work with you on that. He's good.
On the mix.
Well, yeah, and like our worship now, I don't go to a Catholic church anymore. I go to probably the best way to describe it would be
non-denominational.
Well, it is non-denominational. It's charismatic.
That's what people call me, charismatic. I'm a charismatic Catholic. That's what I've been called.
Kind of, you know, we get kind of Pentecostal. We get kind of Assembly of God. We get
a little bit of everything.
Holy rollers. We've been called that. But we got we got a pretty good worship choir or worship group that provides our music. And speaking of that, now, if a church decides that they want to use one of your songs, do they contact you directly, or do they have to go through your agent, or how does
what do you mean? They just want to sing it in church?
Yes.
Well, I mean, do I have to contact Chris Tomlin if I want to sing one of his songs at church? I mean,
okay, you know, I'm just asking.
If they want me to come there and sing it myself, that's a different story, because I do go to churches and do concerts and stuff. I was just in Alabama recently, you know.
Well, hey, let me write that down then.
I mean, you could pull anybody's song off the internet and sing it. You know, it's just that I would get the credit for it.
Okay.
What he's getting at, he's want that whole copyright infringement.
Yeah. See.
I understand what he's saying.
Yeah,
that's what he's worried about.
And Jake's going to sing your songs in choir this week.
No.
Well, the difference between using someone's song and if they change the song, and then if they wanted to change the song and then say it was theirs, that's a different story. Now you're going
Oh,
to
yeah.
because that's the same thing with me. When I write music, I can't take somebody else's song that's, a major recording artist and just change it and say, okay, I wrote that, because now you're looking at lawsuits and all kinds of other issues with copyright issues. But if somebody just pulls a song off the internet, I mean, that's like a cover song. I do it all the time. I sing other people's music.
Okay.
I mean, and in church, I would love churches to sing my music. Are you kidding? That's why I do this.
Well,
because I wanted to get out there.
I have an in because the church I go to, my daughter and son-in-law are the pastors.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. So I will definitely have the worship leader get on YouTube and scan some of your music and see if they want to play some.
Well, do me a favor. Can you record that for me? If they do, I would love to hear a band or a group.
I tell you what, yes, I will do that. I would
love to hear that.
I will have our IT guy record it and get me a link, and I will definitely send it to you.
Well, I'll tell you, the song that you liked, Step Into the Light, that was played at some churches. Oh, that's a great song to play at any type of church. I mean, even Catholic. We're going to play it at my contemporary mass here. So, if any church wants to play that song or any song, I mean, they could just go and get, all my songs are copyrighted and they're all on YouTube or all streaming sites. So.
Okay. All right. I will put that out to our worship leader then. Thank you.
We got our first question of the night come in. At Faith for Me wants to know which scripture has most inspired your songwriting.
Huh. Okay. Well, my favorite scripture is Philippians 4:13. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me, because I'm sure there's somewhere in there you have said that I live in chronic pain. So I have also deal with a lot of chronic pain that I deal with on a mostly daily basis. I just that song I actually wrote a song about that. It's on my YouTube channel. It's called All Things Through Christ, and it's the lyrics of Philippians 4:13. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That scripture gets me through everything I do in life, because if it wasn't for God's strength, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. I mean, there's a lot of different things that I go by that, there's so many different scriptures that I go by, but that's the main one that I use when I write.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I like that passage because that's kind of the base of everything. Mm-hmm. Once you figure out that if you just hand it all over, then that's everything will start to fall in place. That's just my belief.
It's true.
A question for the boys in here too now. KBR and Cheney, that's a great name. Cagney and Lacey, having a musician on the show, what is each of your favorite singer, group, and song? Thank you, KBR.
Are you asking me that question?
No, they're asking us.
Oh, all right.
Summer with Frank Sinatra.
Lacey?
Yeah, Jersey boy.
I would have to go with Steely Dan, Kid Charlemagne.
Wow.
No, I'll throw mine in there. Alice in Chains, Rooster.
Figures.
Here comes the rooster.
Back to you, Jake.
Okay. So you were talking about how you got started. You was, you sang in the choir in church, and if your church was like my church where I went to school, it was pretty much required that you had to. We was all up in the choir loft, separated first grade, second grade, third grade, and fourth grade up there in the choir loft, singing every day before school. But so you were saying that's how you got started. But let's say after you got out of school, because I know kind of how my path was. Were you still religious or spiritual, or did you leave it for a while and go back to it, or is this something that's always been with you?
Well, I like everyone else, life gets in the way,
Mm-hmm.
do things. Yeah, I mean, I didn't leave the church. I just didn't go as much as I should have. And when I was living in Jersey, working all kinds of jobs and, so many things, never have time to go, which is an excuse. And but once I got older and, it was like, I don't know, I think before I got married, actually, when I met my husband, that's when we decided to go back to church. And we moved about 8 times in New Jersey. I mean, we moved all over the state till I finally got out of there. But it was all over the place. But we just, I just started going back to church again in certain areas where I moved. And then it wasn't until I left the state that I went to Florida. It was like that. I just prayed for God to direct us and, tell me not that I was losing my faith, because I was writing during all of this, but I was writing, I think, what he wanted me. I wasn't on the path that I think he wanted me to be on. So when we decided to move to Florida, soon as I got here, there was a church 5 minutes from my house, St. John the Baptist Catholic Church. And that's the church and the school that I went to with them. So
that's the sign.
Yeah, it was a sign, because it was 5 minutes from my house. And I walked in and I was like, I felt like I was home. And I joined all these ministries and I started singing. I didn't sing in the choir till later on, but that's what my testimony is basically, because I suffered for a lot of things with pain, and I didn't know what to do with myself to get through this. And then when I went back to church, it was like God directed me and used what I was going through to help other people that suffer. So my writing ability, I didn't lose, but I didn't feel it as much anymore until I started singing in the contemporary mass. We had a contemporary mass for kids, and they asked me to be the lead singer. And because I listened to all these contemporary stations, I knew all the songs to everybody's music. I mean, the lyrics to everybody's music. So I started singing in the choir, and it lasted 3 years because we didn't have enough people coming. There wasn't enough kids in the area, and the priest was only one priest in the church. We didn't have enough. But I got all that experience of singing, and I also just picked up the guitar one day and said, you know what, I want to just start learning how to play an instrument. And I started with the ukulele. And then I really always loved the guitar. It's always been my favorite instrument. I'm a lefty, so it's hard to teach yourself, especially when you're a lefty. And I started doing that, and then the mass ended. And when the mass ended, everybody went their own ways, and I just got this feeling that I wasn't done. And I picked up the last mass we had. I picked up a pen and wrote my first song. And that was the first song that I've ever written. And I played it for this one lady that used to sit in church all the time. And I said, what do you think about this? I played it. She says, did you write that? I said, yeah, I came up with the music and everything in like 10 minutes. And I said, there's something going on here that I've never experienced before. And I knew it was the Holy Spirit talking to me, because I've never been able to do this myself. And then I took it from there. And that's where my faith got stronger. And I have 150 songs I've written.
Nice.
So,
you're like David writing the Psalms.
I sing the Psalms at church. So people always refer me to Dave. They always say that. And, and I just and then my husband is also Catholic, and he's an usher at church, and he knows so much about the catechism and everything, probably a lot more than I do, because he's constantly studying it. So when I need scripture verses or something, I go to him a lot for things. to help me get through a lot of the songs if there's something I'm not sure about. But, it's really helped me with my faith. My faith has gotten stronger. It's helped me get through what I suffer through. And I know I have helped so many other people out there that suffer from mental, physical, any type of pain that they go through, because that's why I base my lyrics on like scripture and everyday life that everybody can relate to.
That's awesome. Now, I got a question for you. This doesn't really apply to the music and stuff that we're talking about.
That's okay.
But since you're Catholic,
Mm-hmm.
and you know these two knuckleheads that are on the screen with us here, and this here's gonna decide, whether or not we're gonna get along or not. Are you a fan of Notre Dame football?
I don't know how to answer that.
I just thank God that's where he went with that question. I didn't know where he was going with
How
that
am I supposed to answer that question? Yes or no?
You're supposed to answer it yes, because
it is.
That's God's own football team right there.
Okay, yes, I am.
That's one of Jake's trick questions.
All right, we got another question from the audience coming in. At Guitars and Fast Cars wants to know, how do you balance performing original songs with leading worship in church?
It is not easy. I actually have a studio that I'm in right now that I created, and I have half of my studio set up for my podcast. The other half is for my writing songs, and the other half is for church. So basically, I can't what I have to do is I have to time manage, because I can't practice writing a song and going over a song I wrote with the music I'm going to be doing at church on Sunday, because it does get confusing at times if you don't want to sing glory to God with a rock beat. I mean, I don't think that's going to work. So,
it might.
Hey, you never know. I just started playing at church recently. I mean, I played at the other church. Now I'm at a church by my house that's closer, still Catholic. And I just started recently playing in the choir, and I absolutely love it, because I've played before in other Catholic churches, but this is like a permanent thing now, and I'm a cantor and I play. So to do both together and then leave the church and come home and finish working on a song I just wrote and going in the studio, it's very hard at times to really separate that. But the way I look at it is it's all for God. Yeah. Everything I do in my life, my podcast, my writing, everything is for God. Everything revolves around God. So I know that this is what I'm meant to do, and He's going to get me through this, if that answers your question, the person that asked that.
I'm sure if it didn't, they will chime in. Hey, before we get to our next question, we're gonna take just a short pause here. If you're joining us a little late into the podcast, we have Lisa Marie Nicole, Christian recording artist, songwriter, author, podcast host, all around great lady. From what I've seen these last 30 minutes that we've been talking. And we just like to welcome you to the show. And also, if you're out there tonight, you're feeling the darkness, you don't feel like anybody cares, there's nobody to talk to, pick up that phone, dial 988. If you're a veteran, take option 1 and talk to somebody, because tomorrow is going to be too beautiful of a day not to have you in it. And if you don't want to dial that number and don't want to talk to anybody on that line, email us at the Misfit Nation, either Stephen at themisfitnation.com, Jake at themisfitnation.com, or info at themisfitnation.com. Drop your phone number in there, and one of us will get back to you and talk to you, because, like I said, tomorrow is too beautiful of a day for you not to be in it. So please do that. All right.
1 second. I have a question on that for you and Richie. The 988. I'm actually seeing commercials on TV for that now. We mentioned if you're a veteran, take option one. They don't mention that on the TV.
Because
they just have it out.
The TV ads paid for by big government, not just by the VA or Veterans Affairs, stuff like that. So 988 is for everybody. It's a crisis hotline. Option one is just for veterans. There's all kinds of prompts in there. You can just go anonymous in there. Even if you are a veteran, you can go anonymous. It's set up so if you feel embarrassed, like we say in the opening, don't be embarrassed. Take the option that helps you out as much as possible. But at least that was 3 numbers.
Yeah, that bothers me because, like I said, we mention that all the time, and it's constant. Then I see the commercial, I'm like, how come they don't mention it in the commercial? I just wanted to know. Okay. And when I talked to Kate about it, she thought maybe it was because, maybe it's only done in military areas where, like, you're right by a base and have it there. Option one if you're military. I don't have a base here in Bloomfield, so I wouldn't have that. That's what I'm wondering. I'm serious.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering, if it was only certain areas that they would do it, or if they did it at all. Okay.
Right. Hope that cleared it up.
All right, I apologize. I broke the whole rule here, and everything was going. Jake?
I got the children yelling. I had to mute my mic.
Nephew.
Yes.
All right,
Silvio.
let's do another question and start this up again. You ready?
All right, let's get her started back up.
All right. Pump the Jam wants to know, can you share the story behind your upcoming album, Ascending Journey?
Well, my album is already out. It's right here. This song is a collaboration of the songs that I recorded at the beginning of this year and the end of last year, but some of them are newer than that. One of them was a couple of months ago that I did. I have 2 very, very good songs on this. That one of them, I Called on Your Name, is that's number one. That was number one for a while, Christian gospel. And that's a gospel song. That's another thing I did is gospel. That song is doing very well on this album. Only Jesus. That song was played in the UK for a long time on the UK radio stations, and it's played all around right now. That's probably a combination of this one and I Called on Your Name are up in the top 3. Only Jesus is about, the lyrics are very deep. If you listen to this song, I had somebody that interviewed me about this song, and they interviewed me about each part of the song. It's on my YouTube channel, and they cut down each verse, and I explained what each verse was. It's called Behind the Lyrics. And that song is basically about not living for this world. It's about living for the world to come, and to not stop living for everything in this world that doesn't matter, and to just start living your life for what's to come. And to the lyrics are deep. I can't even explain them. You just have to listen to the song. But I Called on Your Name is also based on scripture, and it's also about just calling on his name, and he'll be there to save you and to rescue you from everything you're going through in your life. I suffer from depression also. I have for years. So I understand what you guys are talking about when you talk about that, because living in chronic pain is not easy. But I lean on his word, and I lean on God whenever I need it. I mean, there's times when it's hard to do anything, but I just do it. I push through it. I know with his strength I could get through it. But there's another song on here called Take My Hand. It's about the homeless. I wrote this song years ago, and I had it professionally done. I have another one. United We Stand is on this also. And United We Stand is a song you played before, and that was based on 9/11. But when I wrote it, I just prayed and said, when should I put this song out? I don't know when a good time would be. And the way this world is, it's any time. So this song was released in 24 in April. And I released it as a single, but then I put it on this album. So
Now you said you're on all the socials. I'm sure your music is on like Spotify. How does
It's
somebody wants to get that CD? How do they get that CD?
Well, my website has everything because I always tell people on my podcast when I have artists on to
Mm,
please try to support the artists and buy everything and authors. Buy everything off their website, not the streaming sites. We make 2 cents off a streaming site. I
okay.
mean, if you go to my website, lisamarienicole.com, I have signed autograph CDs, and all of my books, my 2 books that are out, they're all signed. And I have all of my CDs. I have digital downloads and I have physical CDs. And if you buy it off me, I keep the money so I can put it back into my ministry. And
See.
but yes, I am on all spot. I'm on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Pandora, everything. And I think there's
Mhm.
150 sites my music's on. So
Yeah, but it's just like people with books. They want to have that book to read, so some people want to have that CD. That's why I asked. I
no,
can
I
listen
know.
to
And you know what? I'm glad you
something.
said that because a
Yeah.
lot of people don't have the ability to play CDs anymore because that's where
Hmm.
this world is going. But I don't care because I have all of my CDs are, I have all of my music are on CDs for people that do want the physical CD and they can play it.
Awesome. And like you said, they can, if they want to download whole albums off your website, they can do that as well, correct?
Yes. They
All
can
right.
do that. They can get my books. I have merchandise. I have T-shirts like I'm having now. I have hats. I got mugs. I got everything with my logo on it, and I have everything with my logo and everything representing my music ministry. So
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, Misfit Nation, get out there and support Lisa Marie and get on there and get that merch.
Most
Got a
definitely.
question for Cagney on here.
Uh-oh.
Bama Sucks is back. Cagney, you have really grown on this platform. What has given you the confidence now to step up and share? Thank you, Bama Sucks.
Who says I have the confidence? I'm just getting used to looking at this thing and talking. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with that. For the longest time, I couldn't stand my voice listening to it in recordings. And here we are on a podcast, and people are asking
Hey,
me questions, saying, "Hey, look at him."
when I listen to the podcast on iHeart, I skip over our episode, Stephen. I just listen to the ones that's rich.
It's like a voice from heaven when I'm speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
We got
But
in here.
really, to answer the question, do it more and more and more. You learn to be able to just jump in and speak your mind or something. Ask questions. For the longest time, I was afraid. I'd sit back and just say, okay, they're talking, and that's it. Sometimes I get lost when there's only like military chat or something because I know nothing about that. But other than that, I'm learning to get into the ease into it more and more.
Google University. It teaches you everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a question for Lisa on here at Cami45. What's been your most memorable performance experience so far?
well, there's been a lot of them, but I think the one that I went to Alabama and I just did recently, I did a concert at a big Catholic church in Alabama. And that was great being out of state and being in a different area that I was in. And to people that didn't know me and now they know me and they were really touched by my music. And a lot of them came up to me and said they really enjoyed the show. And I got a chance to see a lot of different things in a state that I've never been to. And I know that's a big military state. So just, I went there and checked it out and everything. And that there was a couple of them. I mean, but that I think that was the most memorable one I did. I mean, I've did concerts local too, and I've done them in my church also. But that was the best one, I think, so far that I've done.
Now you said your music was being played a lot in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Was it ever offered for you to go out there and do anything on it?
Oh yeah, a lot of people ask me to go to different countries and stuff. I mean, I'm actually nominated right now for the Red Carpet Awards. I have 12 nominations in Holland, but I can't go out there this year. I wish I could have, because last year I won an award through them last year, which is it's like one of the most prestigious awards you could win through them. And I won that last year. It's a Fair Play Award, it's called. And I won that through them in Holland. And they really want me to come out there. And maybe one day I will make it. But they do. UK has asked me, England, certain areas out there.
That's just amazing that through song, especially here in the digital age, that through song you can reach so many people. That's just amazing. Now, would you be I'm a big believer that young people are the key to keep the church growing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about playing like youth conferences and such?
Well, that's what I've been trying to do. And in fact, it's funny you said that, because that's what I am aiming to do. I am trying to get the younger generation. I figure with the rock theme, that would draw in like the teenagers and stuff. So I just checked on Apple Music the other day, and I just for the hell of it, I said, I want to see because they tell you who your audience is. Mm-hmm. And I checked, and it showed me that my audience is 18 to 34. And that's amazing, because it took me so long to get to reach the younger generation, because that's who really needs it right now. And the kids today really need to hear that message. And if they like the rock theme, I figure maybe I could bring them in with that, and then they could listen to the message of it. And yes, I would love to do youth conferences. If anybody would like me to come and sing and speak, and I mean, I can do what they want at a church. I can speak to the kids. I can sing. I can, there's a lot of things that I can do to help bring the younger generation in, and with my music and my songwriting.
Oh, I'm definitely going to give your name and website, and I'm going to kind of get in on my son-in-law and say, hey, bud. And probably another good way, I'll give it to my granddaughter, because she kind of runs. I'm not going to say she runs the house, but yeah, she'll get the word out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome.
No, Jake, a good thing you can do is Andrew's going to be on Lisa's show here soon. Andrew Jones, my show the other night. Get them both at the church the same weekend.
Yeah, that would be good.
First thing. I mean, it'd be awesome.
Hey, we'll have us a big old-fashioned tent revival.
There you go.
Yeah, Andrew's going to be on the 31st. He'll be on my show.
Okay. All right.
And and that's my podcast too. Is the Rockin' for God? That's my Christian podcast. You're right, Steve.
Oh, what happened?
My tablet just had a stroke. I went, whoop.
Lost you there. Oh my.
I don't know what the hell I did. Okay. And I'm back at the bottom. Okay, we got another question.
Whoa. Okay.
Elron Hubbard wants to know, how do you hope your music impacts listeners who may not share your faith yet? Thank you, Elron.
Wow, Hubbard. That's a good question. Well, the way I look at it is, my music is based on how I live my life. If I live my life the way God wants me to live my life, and I show that message, they always say that's what you can do to show people who Jesus is, by the way you live your life. And if I can show people that I suffer and I still do what I was blessed to do, what his will is for me. I mean, I think hopefully that the people out there that do not believe and want to know who he is, maybe by the way I live my life and the way I spread the word about it will make them want to know who he is and maybe go find out, go to a local church, go, read the Bible. There's a lot of ways you could find out who God is and who, so I'm hoping that that's what all of this is about. All of this that I do, that he blessed me with, I still don't know half the times, I can't believe half the times where I am in my life and what he's blessed me with. And I just try to share that I be as humble as possible as I can be to share the message with everyone, to bring them to him, especially those that have mental, they suffer from depression, anxiety, everything else that we all suffer from. Some of my songs are based on that. If you listen to some of the lyrics to my songs, a lot of them are based on that, on pain and suffering and how I can get out of this darkness that I'm in. And that's why I write like I do, to help people, that suffer like we do.
And, we are commanded to share the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
And, you plant that seed. If you plant that seed in somebody's mind, and it's planted with faith, it will grow. I truthfully believe that.
It will.
It will grow. Now, I got a question here. You can decline to answer. But you got any dirt that you want to spill on these two guys? You don't have to answer that. I was just going to ask
what?
you.
It's been so many years. I don't even remember.
Hey, Jake, you understand we're Italian, right? We can make it disappear.
Hey.
We're all Italian.
Exactly.
And we're from Jersey.
You just walked in on, right?
We're Guineas from Jersey.
I'm going to come into work tomorrow and get two behind the ear. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm just putting it out there. You understand that we're Italian, right?
Yeah, it has been such a blessing to know these guys and grow up with them, especially Richie, because he was in all my classes mostly. And it's great after all these years to connect with them again.
I tell you what, I count it as a blessing when Rich got hired on there where I work, and getting to meet all his family, meet Stephen, had the honor of meeting his father a couple weekends ago, and that was just that was amazing. And it is. Yeah, it is. We didn't get a chance to talk about your books. I'll mention them here real quick. The Christmas Stranger and Poetry for the Soul. Those are on your website as well.
This is Poetry for the Soul. This was just released. This book has done better than I thought it would. These are poems that I have written over the years since I was a child. And and I put them all together, and there's a whole section in here about 9/11 and all the songs. I wrote 8 poems after 9/11, and they were all published in papers up in Jersey. And then what happened was I never did anything with them, and I took United We Stand, which was my #1 poem, and I made a song out of it. And then I have a whole section in the back of this book that's all dedicated to all 9/11. I have everything about military in here and everything. And I have songs about my mother, poems about my mother, my father, people, other people, just generic stuff. But all of it is Christian based. This is a Christian based poetry book. And I really hope people get this, only because it's called Poetry for the Soul, because this came from my soul. Every one of these poems in here is from my soul. And what I did was I put the poems in here, and on the other side of the page, I put how you can apply this poem in your life and how you can make it your own, and how you can apply this in your life, and maybe he'll help you get through some time in your life. And my song lyrics are in here also. I have 10 of my best songs in here.
Awesome.
That I have. And poetry, The Christmas Stranger is a short story. It's short. So, but that is done unbelievable also, because I wrote that about 20 years ago. And it was based on a woman who had a handicapped daughter, and they got caught in a snowstorm, and they experienced a miracle of a lifetime. I can't say what it is because I don't give away the whole thing, but you can go buy that on my website.
There you go.
Know what the miracle is.
Now, does it have a lot of pictures in it so Stephen can enjoy it too?
Yeah, it does actually. I made sure I put all the pictures in there. Poetry.
See, I thought the miracle was, you're not buffering for an entire show. That's pretty good.
Hey.
No.
Rare.
You
So
guys
if
look like
anybody,
you have a great time on here.
We try.
They do.
yeah, we try. It is. It's been a blessing that, and I'm honored that Rich even asked me if I wanted to do this, and it's been a blessing. I love it. So if anybody wants to contact you, they can go through your website, lisamarienicole.com for bookings, questions, whatever. I know you got a contact me slot on there to where they can contact you. They can also go to that website to get all your CDs, all your books, links to your podcast, and get on there. And folks, give that podcast a listen. I listened to one. Your guest was George Palmer, and I listened to that pod.
Yeah, that was a little wild, that show.
I listened to that episode, and I'm definitely going to get on. I'm definitely going to get on there on the 31st and give that a listen. And
well, I have a guest coming on that has been all over the place. This guy actually was a pilot, and he died in a car accident and came back. And to talk about it, he's going to be on my show. I'm just going to give him the whole show. I'm not even going to say anything. I want him to tell. He's going to be on September. I think it's the 14th of September. Yeah, Ed.
She had to go to the other third of the room to get that. Huh? She's in the podcast room. She had to go to the other third to get that one.
Right back. Yeah, Ed knows his name is, and he's going to be on the 14th, and that's going to be an incredible show. That's where I heard his story. He's been on all over news stations and everything, this guy. And this is going to be a great show. But yeah, I mean, you guys also, I tell people about your show also. You guys do a great thing here, all of you, for what you do for, everyone you get, and also talking about the depression and everybody that, needs help and all that. That's a great thing to do. And I want to thank everybody out there that served. And I really thank you, everyone, for your service that's watching this.
Now, Lisa, before Jake hits you with the last question of the night, I have a question. When you're in Florida and you meet new people, how often do you hear what part of New York or New Jersey are you from?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Because you can't get rid of that friggin' Jersey accent. And I just wanted to know.
You sound like you're from Brooklyn. Unless you're from, because one time I was in a Winn-Dixie down here, and this lady behind me goes, "What part of Jersey City are you from?" I turned around. I was like, "What? Are you serious?" I'm from Marion. She's like, "Oh, wow, I'm from the Heights." I said, "Oh, my God. That was the first time people asked me what part of New York I'm from."
I had to ask because you've been gone for a while, and my God, you can't get rid of that accent.
Oh, no way.
Rich has pretty much got rid of it, but wow.
I can move anywhere in the world, and I never get rid of this accent. And then people say when I sing, I represent Jersey with my accent.
Oh, well,
Okay.
This hour has flown by.
Yeah.
I got one more. We got one more question for you.
Okay.
We ask it of all of our guests. What are 3 non-negotiables for Lisa every morning when she gets up out of bed?
Non-negotiables?
Something that you
Three
have to
things you
do
have to
every
do.
day to make your day complete.
Well, the first thing I have to do is thank God that I open my eyes and I'm breathing, that I got through the night. That's the first thing I do. Have to have my coffee or don't talk to me. You know, have to have caffeine or get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you unless I have caffeine. And basically say hi to my doggies. That's one of the most important things. One of them scratching on the door right now, trying to come in here. So, but those are the three things that I have to do in the morning when I get up.
Awesome.
No coffee. Yeah, coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
I like the way you spelt it. C-A-W-F-E.
Well, you know, you gotta spell it with the accent.
Coffee.
Well, Lisa Marie, this has been a joy. This has been an amazing show. I can't wait to share this with my son-in-law and my daughter and granddaughter. So maybe we can get some of your music flowing out of our speakers at church, and
that would be great.
Maybe even get you scheduled for a youth conference or something, because I think it would be amazing.
Where'd you say you were? You're in Kentucky, right? Yeah, I've been there before.
And
so
we have 2 church campuses here in Kentucky and 1 in Amarillo, Texas. So,
oh wow,
yeah, we're kind of we're trying to grow. So
sounds good.
But
thank you so much, all of you, for having me on. I really appreciate it. And check out my new song, because I think it's going to be one of the best that I've done. The one that's coming out. It's called Jesus Infinite Love.
Outstanding.
And it'll be out sometime in September. And also I have a Christmas song I'm working on. I want to try to get that released in December also. So, but that's it for now.
Awesome.
Hopefully the boss gives us a good review on the show so he was on it. But, you know.
It's live this time. You got me right in your face.
Don't forget to check out Reach Across America.
I will. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Misfit Nation. We love you. Have a good night.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for checking us out and being a part of the Misfit Nation show. Don't forget to visit our website at themisfitnation.com. That's themisfitnation.com. Check out all our past episodes and get some of the great Misfit Nation gear for you and your family. As always, be humble, stay hungry, and keep hustling, because we are Misfit Nation. Misfit Nation.